Hey, fifth graders, it's time for another social studies lesson. Now, over the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about the Civil War and some of the causes leading up to the Civil War. We've looked at the North in particular and what was happening in the North with industry and railroads and all the banks, and they were against slavery. And then we have the South, kind of the complete opposite. Not a lot of industry. We're agriculturally based, so we're growing lots of food, and primary crop is cotton. Lots of slaves in the South, so they wanted to keep slavery. So some of those differences. You've also looked at Maryland and where Maryland fell as far as the North or the South. And we were a northern state, but we were right on that line between where we could fall north or south. So today, we're going to be looking at some of the key events of the Civil War. But first, we're going to make a little prediction about which group would win, the North or the South, based off of statistics. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And we're going to look at these statistics. So when we look at the North, like I said, we were a very large industrial region. 96% of the railroads were in the North. So you had those big engines that could send supplies. Or we could manufacture 97% of the country's firearms. 94% of cloth was made in the North. The North had 21 million people in 23 states. There were 101,000 factories and 2,672,341 soldiers. And this is also something we talked about, the banks. $334 million were available through the banks. So the North had more banks than the South. When we look at the South, there were 9 million people, including 3.5 million slaves in all 11 states. The majority of trained officers were located in the South, because 7 out of 8 military colleges were also located in the South. Only 1/9 of the industry was in the South. There were only 21,000 factories compared to the 101,000. The South could produce all the food they needed, and they had 750,000 to 1,227,890 soldiers compared to our 2 million in the North, and then $74 million available through the banks. So they did have money, but not nearly the amount that was available in the North. So based off of this representation here of statistics, which side do you think would win? And when you look at this, it's kind of hard because both sides have things going for them. For instance, you have the majority of trained officers in the South, but we have far more people and far more soldiers. We have a lot more money, and we have the locomotives. So the North is actually going to win, and we know this, but based off the statistics, why does the North win the Civil War? Because we have the money and the resources to be able to win a prolonged war. So you have the ability to get supplies that you need. Whoops, let's go back to that. Sorry. You have the ability to get the supplies you need through the railroads. You have the money to produce whatever it is you need to. You can make clothing and shelter and whatever it is you need. So the North is actually going to be the one that is stronger there, despite the South having some good things going for them. So for today, you are going to be working on some research, and there are a couple of events, and you are going to be assigned, or you will be selecting, depending on what your teacher tells you to do, key events from the Civil War. So you're going to learn about those events, and it'll give you a better idea of why one side did better than the other. And these are events that are going to be turning points or make a huge impact on the war. So I hope you have fun researching, and I will see you again on Wednesday. Bye.